Today I'm going to show you how to use a fixed angle sharpening system. This is something I use for sharpening all my knives. A lot of knife makers use a linisher, but I find this to be more exacting and more accurate. It does a really good job. This is my sharpening bench. I've got my stones here. I've got my sharpening system clamped to the bench, and I've got my little inclinometer so I can measure the angle, and a knife, just a little 4-inch utility knife ready to go. We start by clamping the knife into the vise. You'll notice here that it's got little rubber feet to protect the blade. I've also got insulation tape in behind there on each one, just so that if you've got a knife that's really thin and you need to sharpen it at a sharp angle, like my little bird and trout knife, then it can actually start shaving off the rubber. So I take the rubber off and just leave the insulation tape to protect it. Now I've got on the coarser stone on here, and I get my inclinometer and I will measure what angle the blade's at. This is at 14.7, which is kind of what it should be. This is set to 15 degrees. It sometimes sags and sometimes your bench isn't even, but what you want to do is, look, this is 14, well now it says 15.2, but it's close enough to 15, and we want to go at I'm doing a 19 degree angle to get this one a little extra sharp, 19-20 degrees for a kitchen or outdoor knife. So I want to make this about 4 degrees. So it's currently at 6.2, so I want to now lower this to get to 4 degrees. There we are. Put the little clamping screw under here so it doesn't go down. And then now with the coarser stone, all I want to do is, on the push stroke is where most of the sharpening happens. So I want to push. You can pull back over it, it's fine, but it's mainly the push stroke that's doing the sharpening. And I usually start from the heel of the blade and go towards the tip. You can go back and forwards, no right, no wrong, but that's kind of how I do it. Now you go hard out with this really coarse stone, and this knife is already quite sharp, so I don't need to do too much work to it, but depending on how blunt it is, you may have to go 4 or 5 times down, you may have to go 15 or 16 times down, and then you flip it over and do the other side. Now you want to go until you've got like a bird edge, and you can see that both edges have met. You can usually see that with glasses on, or if you've got good eyesight, just with your normal eyesight. And you can just feel it by rubbing your thumb along it. You can feel that the edge is met. At this point, all you do is you replace with the next grade. So I started with a 200 grit stone. It's diamond, so you don't need any lubrication. And now I'm doing a 400. And because the blade is already met, both edges, it's already where it needs to be, all I'm doing now is taking off the marks from the previous grade. So 3 or 4 times. Likewise here, 3 or 4 times. And then I go up to the next one. And so on. So I'm on the last stone now. This is a 2000 grit, although 1000 grit is fine as well. I just go a little bit extra. And this is just polishing the blade surface. Again, it's mostly on the push stroke. And a lot of people ask me, well, how firm do you do it? It's like medium. So you're not super light and just brushing it over. You're not really giving it heaps. It's just like a medium pressure stroke. So this is just polishing, giving it like a mirror finish right at the very edge. So the blade, most blades are tapered all the way down to the tip, and then this is an extra angle which you're giving on, which is the sharpening angle. So it's only the last sort of millimeter to 2 millimeters on a knife this size, which is polished up and at the correct angle. Now once you get to here and it's all done, you can feel it's razor sharp. I just give it like a swipe towards the tip, turn it over, and this is very light, so you're just using the weight of the stone towards the tip, and now it's evened that edge up, and we're all done. All we do is undo it and give it a wipe down, because there'll be metal filings on the knife, so just give it a wipe down with a cloth, and job done. Very sharp knife.